Hey, thanks for coming. Sorry about the mess. I've been real busy getting ready for summer. Last year I went to Tanzania, and I'll be going back in a few months. I've been thinking a lot about my experiences there, mostly about the hardships and difficulties of life, but also about some simple solutions I've been working on and how they could create positive changes in people's lives. In Tanzania, there's this boy I know named Rafiki. He lives in a small village where life is simple but difficult. He and his family are like any group of kids. They play games, especially soccer, and they like to make jokes and just have fun. But like other kids, they also have chores. For them, it is grazing the animals and fetching firewood. While walking through the village, I noticed that a lot of the trees had been cut down. I asked Rafiki about it, and he said that the people here use the wood for fuel. Rafiki told me about the stories his grandfather used to tell him about life when he was young. Stories of when the village was surrounded by trees, and he never had to go far to collect wood. Times have changed now, and life is getting harder for my friend, but I think there's something I can do to help make life a little bit better for him. Eventually, we arrived at Rafiki's house, and he invited me inside. His mom was in there, preparing lunch. He told me that when his mom isn't out collecting wood, she's usually inside preparing meals. Rafiki helps her sometimes, but the room gets so smoky, and it makes him cough, and it hurts his eyes. I felt worried for Rafiki, that smoke could make him and his family really sick. I once read that 3,000 to 4,000 people, mostly women and children, die every day from diseases related to poor indoor air quality. I asked Rafiki if anyone had ever come and told them of the dangers of indoor air pollution. Rafiki's mom looked up at me, with eyes so red she looked like a witch, and she told me that some people from the city came once. They talked badly about the smoke and gave them metal stoves to help stop it, but she and the other women don't really use them anymore. She told me that her and the other women don't like the stoves because they could not replace their traditional three-stone fires. When she got married, she received the stones so that she could provide for her new family. Because of this, she did not want to part with them. I was surprised by the comments Rafiki's mom made, but they got me thinking. Maybe there is a way to improve the air quality inside her home without making her give up her traditional values. So I got a group together, and we made this grate, the Jiko Poa. It keeps the wood lifted off the ground so that there is more airflow, better combustion, and the fire produces fewer harmful emissions. We tested it and found that it did have a positive effect. Plus, the grate could easily be produced and sold by local artisans. The product could be used to foster local businesses and reduce deaths caused by respiratory diseases without forcing people to give up their cultural values. But then I started to think of life in the city, and I realized that the problem was much bigger than just Rafiki's village. Truckloads of lumber are taken from his region and brought to the cities for fuel and charcoal production. These outside influences contribute greatly to the increasing deforestation in many parts of the developing world. So I thought of another solution, one that could turn waste sawdust, plant material, and charcoal residue into a usable fuel that could reduce the demand for virgin timber. This press, the moto furahi, could be used locally, and sales from the manufactured briquettes could create an economically sustainable business model that also improves the environment by limiting deforestation. And unlike other briquettes, the one made from this press has a higher surface area to volume ratio, promoting better combustion. But Rafiki's mom said that she likes the smoke. It keeps down the mosquitoes, and the malaria is a big problem. So we decided to use traditional remedies, like neem leaves, in the briquette mixture to keep mosquitoes at bay. This summer we'll be bringing these solutions to Tanzania. Our local partnership with Comertech, an organization headquartered in Arusha under the Tanzanian Ministry of Industries and Trade, will help us implement small business programs to spread our ideas. Hopefully in a few years, my friend Rafiki will be selling these briquettes, improving his own economic situation, the health of his community, and embracing this story as his own. The future looks bright for our Jiko Poa, Moto Furahi, and cooking innovations. To follow our progress, check out www.cookino.com biomass.blogspot.com.